Hello and welcome back. As always, my name is Laser and today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my experience with the For Honor open beta. But before we get started, quick reminder, in the open beta we didn't get to see the single player campaign. We only got to play and test the multiplayer and all the various game modes of the multiplayer campaign. So with that out of the way, I got about, how much do I have? I have 9 hours, 8.3 hours with the For Honor open beta, so keep that one in mind. Well, I'm gonna go for what I like, what I'm not sure about, and what I don't like. Starting with the animations. Now, the animations are absolutely brilliant in this game. Thankfully, the footage on screen will speak for itself. I think they used motion capture. Needless to say, everything feels fluid. Everything feels natural. The way the soldiers fight, the way they fall, the way they climb up and down the stairs, everything is done absolutely brilliantly. I am very happy. It gives you this feeling of authenticity for the most part. Right? I haven't really seen animations this good on many games, so that is absolutely spot on. And since we talked about animations, let's talk about graphics. Now, I ran everything maxed, okay, max quality, as you can see on the screen, and it looks pretty good. We are in 2017 for the most part, right? So I would expect this from a AAA title. Again, Ubisoft is charging €60 for this one. It's good. I'm not gonna say great, it's good. The graphics are good, okay, they do the job just fine, and there's a whole bunch of customizations which kind of make everything pop a little bit more. Though customizations like the one you see on screen like now kind of take a little bit away from the realism. Those colors pop a little bit too much. But anyway, I am happy with the graphics. I am happy with the way the structures look, the forts, the old medieval castles look absolutely brilliant. I love the physics, okay, how everything moves, how everything falls, how everything comes apart. Absolutely awesome. The sound, oh, the sound, absolutely bloody brilliant. The sound, that rich feeling you get in Dominion, that you're actually in the middle of a medieval battle between Vikings and samurai, or knights versus knights, it doesn't really matter. Okay, it gives you the right feeling of authenticity that you're in the middle of a medieval battle. Okay, properly directed from left to right, the sound of the catapults falling, of walls falling, of swords clashing together, or swords directly clashing on armor, those sounds are so brilliantly done, okay, and the death screams and everything. Again, very, very happy with the sound, the graphics top notch, the animations. I had to point out the animations because they're absolutely brilliant. The effects, everything from this point of view looks and sounds right. Absolutely wonderful. What I would expect from a AAA title. Now we're gonna move into a bit of a gray area for me. The combat system. Now the game was announced and touted by various publications as being skill-based, extremely skill-based, okay, and a bit of innovation in it as well. Now there is some innovation here with the 3-point attack, parry and block system. Definitely there is something there. However, there are many times where in this glorious system, because of the speed of in combat, which depending on what class are you playing, you're gonna have to have, it transforms into some kind of a rock, paper, scissors. Are you going that way? No, this way. I'm gonna block you this way. No, that's, and you change really quickly because you are controlling the reticule with your mouse and you can change on the fly. I don't care how fast you are. I don't care. You're playing rock, paper, scissors at the end of the game. And this is the honest truth from my point of view. Not always. Again, it depends on what classes, who's fighting who, for the most part. Right? Some classes approach things more slowly, other faster, etc, etc. When it comes to skill-based, I don't know. Because from what I know, in a skill-based game, a player should be able to 2-on-1, and outside of the starting levels when everybody doesn't know what to do when somebody pops a revenge, you can't really win 2-on-1s as long as the players you're fighting actually have a clue of how the game works. I'm not convinced, okay, I'm simply not sold that I would call this system skill-based. It's more luck-based than skill-based from my point of view. Now let's talk a little bit about the modes. Dominion really gives you the feeling, like I said earlier, of being in the middle of medieval battle. Okay, you have points to capture, you get a points when the time runs out, you got a sudden death mode, all sorts of nothing you really didn't play before. But again, not with these effects, not with these graphics, not with this combat system. Alright, especially when you throw in the special abilities which characters have, everything gets hectic. It's cool, it's definitely cool. I'm just not convinced that the combat system, I would call it skill based as much as they claim. it to be. So Dominion was cool for me. Definitely it has its hiccups, but then again, what doesn't? It's not, however, the most competitive of the 4 that we have right now. That would be the one-on-one. The one-on-one theoretically should be the most competitive. One guy versus another guy. You don't get to see what the enemy player picks, what class he picks, so you can pick up direct counters and stuff like that. Being a beta, I'm not going to talk about balance, okay? Because there's one specific character which everybody says is overpowered, and they are right, but again, it's a beta, so let's not talk balance. In a one-on-one, however, we have a big problem, which is also plaguing the 2-on-2, and it also plagues a little bit Dominion as well, again, depending on the map. Throwing people off of ledges, that is so goddamn cheap, and all of your glorious brand new combat system, which is supposed to be skill-based and revolution, etc., goes out the window. The entire fight ends in 2 seconds with one guy throwing the other guy off a cliff. What? What? Come on, how is this in the game? And it's weird because you, like I'm showing you in the footage right now, you're like, I don't want to use it, but what if the other guy uses it? You know, it's simple. You practically break the block and then you push him off. You 2 clicks of a button. That's all it takes, okay? And you throw the guy off the bridge or off the ledge or any ledge. It doesn't matter. It can be a meter, okay? It's gonna fall, break his neck and die. And that sucks. That bloody sucks. From what I've seen on reviews on Steam, everybody's complaining about this. I really hope Ubisoft is gonna do something about it. This has no business being in a game like this. Absolutely none at all. And again, it plagues the one-on-one heavily, it plagues the 2-on-2, and sometimes a little bit in Dominion as well, because you can climb up high ledges and then, hey, hi, how you doing? You wanna fight? Yeah, but dead. Skill-based, bro, skill-based. Yeah. Alright, the 2-on-2. The 2-on-2 is cool, but it has its problems. What I noticed and bothered me. When you go 2-on-2, you're in one place and your teammate is in the other place, in another place, okay, like, I don't know, 10 seconds worth of running away. You don't see each other, okay, you don't have direct line of sight. What can happen is that your teammate decides to screw the opponent, okay, never mind him, and run to your place and then 2-on-1 on the other guy. I don't know if that's okay, especially when your teammate actually, you know, hits you in the head with an axe. That's a problem. Yes, there is friendly fire in this game. Yes, that is correct. Now, the attacks of your teammate don't do as much damage as your opponent would, from what I noticed, but they do throw you off guard. Alright, you're like ready, okay, I'm gonna block this guy, then I'm gonna parry this guy like this, then I'm gonna do this. I got this guy, and then your teammates come with a axe and hits you in the head, and the guy kills you. You know? And then he kills your teammates, and then you lost. Skill-based. Very skill-based. Yeah, that's sad. That is definitely sad. I don't know, however, what they could do about it. Because if you separate the players completely and one can't get to the other, then what's the point of it being a 2-on-2 anymore? I know, it's a bit of a pro and a con at the same time. Right, so that's it for the 2-on-2. The deathmatch. Oh my god, the deathmatch is fucking frustrating. The problem with the deathmatch, okay, there's 4 guys, okay, there's 4-on-4 guys, no soldiers, no objectives, no nothing, just go chase each other and kill each other, alright? That's how the deathmatch works. Also, there's some buffs on the map you can pick up, etc. The problem is you can revive players, right? Normally what happens is the more coordinated team groups up, bunches up, and hunts down all the other team who are spread across the battleground. In happy cases, which is not really all that often, because again, it's we don't have a lot of people right now in the beta, both teams group up, right? And then you have an epic clash of 4-on-4, everybody's got their buffs and they're ready and the kick-ass begin. It's awesome. When that happens, is awesome. But more often than not, that doesn't happen. Everybody splits off, goes their own way, and you get to a point when there's one guy versus one guy on the map. You know what they do? They don't chase to fight each other in glorious Viking versus Knight combat or whatever. No, they're chasing after the dead comrades to revive them. That is so bullshit. What? Yes, that's actually what happens. And in most case scenario, either the guy manages to resurrect, and you resurrect, and the other guy resurrects, and you've started all over again. Or there's the case when one guy chases the other guy with a tomahawk to kill him, and the other guy, however, chases his comrade to bring him back from the dead. Okay, because he's got magic palms and stuff. When that happens, Either the guy that is trying to revive succeeds and then it's a 2-on-1 and you're screwed, or the guy with the tomahawk gets the last hit in and kills the guy, and there you go. That's how you want to end a glorious fight? That's so lame. I believe that revive shouldn't really be permitted in 4-on-4. You're dead, goodbye, sayonara. Okay, and probably what will happen is that players will get accommodated and used to get to bunch up together and go 4-on-4 in combat. That's what should happen, at least. Alright, and that's a bit for the 4-on-4. Again, Dominion I talked a little bit about. It's capture the point, get points. It's nothing really... to be honest, I think I like Dominion the best. It was the most fun, not the most competitive. I think that's the 1-on-1, minus the ledge throwing part out. Alright, you can try Gentleman's Agreement, but then again, what if the other guy, when he starts to lose and he sees he's gonna die soon, throws you off the cliff? I wanna kick his ass off and... Yeah, I know, that happened to me. Okay, not once. So yeah, I can't blame the guys, it's a normal move in the game. That's about it for the game modes of the multiplayer. Now I left the biggest con at the very end, and then we're gonna talk price point. The biggest con is that this is a AAA title, 60 bucks, without the season pass. Yes, we have a season pass, thank you Ubisoft. Yeah, we have a season pass, and the multiplayer is based on peer-to-peer. In 2017, in a AAA title, I am sorry, that is not acceptable. Only that alone kills the multiplayer for me. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. Alright, I tested for myself. Yes, I did have some issues, but again, it's beta. I can't talk technical issues during a beta, because then you guys would look funny at me. So, yeah. That's not okay. Peer-to-peer should stay dead and buried. This is not acceptable, and just this kills the game for me. That being said, let's talk about, let's focus a little bit more on price point. So we got 60 bucks, right? 60 bucks without the season pass. If you want to pay for the season pass and everything else and whatever else, DLC, super promotions, whatever, you're probably going to end up around paying $100 or 100 euros, because us Europeans need to pay more for some fucking reason. Yeah, not worth it. I'm speaking strictly about the multiplayer right now. I did not see the campaign. If Ubisoft comes out with a rich, deep campaign, at the very least, 30 hours or more, so okay, with the actual choices and etc, then maybe I would understand the $60 price point. Okay, I would say, alright, it's justified. However, I doubt that. From what I read, from what I understood, the focus is heavily on the multiplayer aspect of this game. Well, there are awesome combat system, or at least they say it's awesome. Alright. And maybe trying to make this into a competitive game, I don't know. Again, from what I understood, the focus is on the multiplayer, and knowing Ubisoft, we might get a tacked on campaign of a few hours long. If that happens, then hell no to $60, and hell no with the season pass and everything. That is just my 2 cents. From what I've seen today, if I also get, let's say, a 5-8 hour campaign, maybe I would say it's worth $30, something like that. No more than that. The combat itself gets repetitive really quickly. While you do have different classes which do different things, the actual combos themselves are the same. You press the same buttons in the same manner. Okay, they do different things. They do feel different. They do play different. Okay, you do have the guy with the shield which is super blocky and tanky and etc. And you do have the dual wielder who deals more damage and is agile and etc. But there's way too much similarity between the 3 races. The knights, the samurai, and the whatchamacalls. Knights, samurai, what was the third one? Knights, samurai, Vikings, yes, Ragnar Lothbrok. I really love the dual wield, the berserker from the Vikings. He's pretty cool. Like you see here, I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the classes, and in that time, I'm sad to say that the game didn't convince me to come back. Alright, I kept on playing. I wanted to see what these classes can do, try to bring them a little bit up. As more you progress, you will unlock different traits, different abilities, etc, etc. Alright, but unfortunately it didn't convince me to buy the game, and definitely not at this price point. I believe that this game is worth experiencing, but not at this price point. Wait for a sale. Maybe you can get it something like game of the year, that means with all the DLC and stuff, maybe 50% off, then it definitely would be worth picking up, because it's worth experiencing. Again, it's something new, it's a new combat system, it's cool, the feeling you get is actually legit. We're gonna have to see about that campaign. Maybe Ubisoft will surprise us and come out with a super rich deep campaign, then sure, I'm all for it, absolutely. But as it stands, I'm sorry to say that For Honor did not convince me. Please let me know in the comment section down below, what is your experience with For Honor? Did you enjoy it? Are you gonna pick it up? Etc, etc. I'm gonna thank you guys for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye everybody. Bye bye.